Hello YouTube, it's Joy here from Team Burning Infinity, and I've got a Mythic Plant Ruler deck profile that I'm going to be taking to my locals Yu-Gi-Oh! Champ Series. So, I'll show the main deck, then the extra deck, and then the side. I'm recording this video before I go because snow is supposed to come, so I may or may not be able to go. Or the event may be re-hosted at another date, but yeah. I just am recording this in case, and also, if I do go, this video will be posted before I go, and it will be followed up by a locals report of the deck, and any possible modifications to the deck. Reminding that this is the night before the event, and I do have a couple friends going to locals who may be willing to loan me cards, so yeah. For the main deck, we're playing dragons, so dragon rules. Pretty self-explanatory. These guys are amazing. You have to play them. They're a rank 7 engine. They're a level 8 synchro engine. You can make a Star Eater with them. There are too many plays not to use them for. I'm then playing 3 Mythic Tree Dragons, because you go into rank 7s and 8s with this guy, between Title and the next monster, which is Mythic Water Dragon. The Water Dragon's really good. It's a Title target. It's a possible trade-in target if you decide to play trade-in this deck. I'm not. I was testing it. It worked kind of good. Got rid of dead water dragons, but in all reality, the water dragon is never dead. It's just another way of using the card when you don't need to summon it. So, I'm playing 2 Debris Dragons and a Dragunity Corseska, because Debris Dragon allows for Black Rose plays, Star Eater plays, and rank 4 plays. Dragunity Corseska is another Tempest target. Mind well, Debris is also a Tempest target, and he is also another way to get level 8 synchros out, and card's Consonance target as well. So that's why. 2 Flammable Guards. Flammable Guards are a really good card in this deck because it's a level 1 tuner. Sometimes you just have to play around by setting cards, and sometimes you just have to go around by syncing for level 8, using this as a blaster card to pop. Card to Consonance target, Dragon Shrine target, need be. So, yeah, he's really important. You could also add him from Banishing Blaster, if you ever need to. And I have done it before, so it's actually pretty good at 2. 1 is an option, but it's less consistent. So, these are all the other cards that you play that are in the Dragon Engine that you can get by E-Dragon effects. And the last card in the Dragon Engine, which is pretty important to the deck, is Red Eyes Darkness Smell Dragon. You get easy Star Eater plays. You go with no TK with this card, and you could also do some really powerful plays with it. For the Plant Engine, it's a 5-card engine. You play 2 Lone Fires, Titanial, Spore, and Dandy. Dandy is, these 3 are Debris targets, and Dandy is also a target for level 4 synchros, level 7 synchros, and level 11 synchros. Also, the tokens can be used to make level 11 synchros, level 4 synchros, not level 4 synchros, my bad, level 11 synchros and level 8 synchros as well. You could also make a level 2 synchro, arguably, but not worth playing in the deck as it's not really useful. Titanium is just big beater, and Spore is a way to get a lot of different synchros out, and another Lone Fire target. It's also a Card Trooper target. I forgot to mention that and Dandy are also Card Trooper targets. Playing the 1 Card Trooper. Targets for this include the Dandy, the Spore, the 4 E-Dragons, and that's pretty much it. But even then, the cost is greater than the the reward is greater than the cost, and you also can get a draw off it. So that's it for the monsters. That's 21 monsters. For the spells, I play 9 of them. I'm playing Double Space Typhoon. I want to bump this up to 3. I just don't know what to take out for it yet. 7 Swords, Gold Sark, and Dragon Shrine. 7 Swords is draw power, also a way to banish E-Dragons to get extra cards to hand. Gold Sark, you banish an E-Dragon, you get an extra card to hand. Dragon Shrine allows you to either send just an E-Dragon or the Flammable Guard plus the E-Dragon. That's really what you use it for. The rest of the spells include 1-for-1, Cards of Consonance, Book of Moon, and Dark Hole. These two I shouldn't have to explain. 1-for-1, you play a considerable amount of level 1 tuners, so 1-for-1 is a pretty powerful card in the deck, and Cards of Consonance, you have 3 targets, and it's just there to be extra draw power if you need it, so yeah. For the traps, I'm playing a total of 10 of them. They're really good, and the way I sort of adjusted this to be really chainable, and only play traps if I need to. I play 2 Wing Blasts, really good card. It just really prevents a lot of plays and shenanigans, so really important to have. 2 Breakthrough Skill, I play this over Effect Veiler because it's a good out to Evil Swarms, and you can also get a lot of other cards with this, I've noticed, whether it be Ghost Trickster or whatever. So, Gravekeepers, really good matchup against. Also, negating monsters' effects like Dragosack on your own turn is really useful, so it's really important to have that. You want some kind of effect negation. I feel that Breakthrough Skill is superior in the double effect negation compared to the single Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is still a really good card in this deck, don't mind that, but I'd rather have this card for the later game than the early game. And I feel like Effect Veiler is better for early game. Double Mirror Force, because you really want to protect yourself. You really don't want those monsters getting you, and there are too many anti-target cards for D-Prison to be consistent in this deck, so the Mirror Force is really important. For the rest of the traps, you play Torrential, Solemn, BTH, and Compulse. Torrential is just mass field removal, and it's good against decks like Mermails, Axis Fire Fists, 3 Axis primarily, sometimes 4. Dragon Mirror matches. In a sense, Boosions, because you can prevent the anti-targets. But stuff like that. Solemn, just negate anything. It's pretty self-explanatory. BTH, almost a staple trap. And Compulse is almost a staple trap. So, yeah. That's my main deck. It's 40 cards. It's 21 monsters, 9 spells, and 10 traps. For the extra deck lineup, there are 2 proxies in here, but I'm going to have them loaned to me tomorrow. And I'm considering playing a Dragosack, which Mark would loan me, because he has one. So, for the extra deck lineup, I have Armory Arm, Underworld Fighter Balamong, Black Rose Dragon, Colossal Fighter, Crimson Blader, Stardust Dragon, Spark Dragon, Thought Ruler Archfiend, Star Eater, Mystroke the Symphony Edition, number 74 Master of Blades, number 11 Big Eye, number 46 Dragluon, Heretic Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis, and Divine Dragon Knight Falgerland. So, I'll start with the Synchros, and then I'll go to the XYZs and why I'm playing them. So, if you just give me a minute to organize all these so I can put them out in order of the way I want to organize them. Okay. So, the reason that I play 2 level 4 Synchros is because you don't always want to go for an Armory Arm when you're making a play like Spore plus Lone Fire, Spore plus Dandy, level 1 Dragon Tuner plus Dandy, or plus Card Trooper. You don't want to always go for this. So, sometimes you'll go for that, but this card has been seeing less play each time I play the deck, so I am considering taking it out for a Dragosack, which Mark would loan me. Black Rose Dragon, you have more than enough ways of getting to it, and sinking is just a really good... Nuking the field is just too important not to have. Let's just put it like that. It's also one of your only answers to Gravekeepers if they can't stop it, so, mind that. Colossal Fighter and Crimson Blader, each for their respective matchups. Primarily Boosions here, and primarily Dragons and Mermails here. It's a really important thing to have. The Crimson Blader is kind of like an Ophion in a way. It's just got to kill something, but nothing in Mermail is about 2800. So it's kind of important to have this against the Mermails, and it's really easy to make, and same thing with Colossal Fire for Boosions. If you could just keep this in defense mode, you're good to go because they can't kill you and they're going to be stuck there for a while. I know Quillen is now to Colossal Fire, but as I said, at that point I should have other outs. You're there for long enough, so yeah. Stardust, this helps in the OTK. This is good first turn play. Both are level 8 dragons. Thought Ruler. It's really good. I've actually been playing this a lot more than I thought I would because there are a lot of target cards nowadays, as I said. So D-Prison, including D-Prison. So a lot of target and anti-target, making this a really viable card. And you really need generic removal to get rid of this. And there's only so much of that, so really important to have. And Star Eater is just really good because it's almost like a boss monster. Considering it's a 3200 beater that can't be stopped by spells and traps in most scenarios, making it almost an irreplaceable asset to the deck. So yeah, that's the Synchro lineup. Now for the XYZs. My stroke is to deal with Evil Swarm Ophion. That's almost the only reason for the card to be in the deck, but it's still reason enough to keep it in. Master of Blades and Big Eye, they're both really good rank 7s. And I feel these two are more important than Dragosack. The only real play I see in Dragosack, besides playing 2 tokens, popping something, keeping the one to keep Dragosack alive, is getting 2 tokens, playing a Debris Dragon, and sinking for 7, and nuking a field and keeping a Dragosack, and then just attacking for 26, or adding more of these guys to attack and potentially do an OTK. It would add to the OTK string of the deck, but I don't know how consistent it would be, so it's one of the reasons I'm hesitating playing Dragosack in the deck. Then for the rank 8s, Dragluon, Heliopolis, and Felgerland. Heliopolis is tribute itself for E-Dragons to pop cards, good enough reason, and popping cards is really irreplaceable. Dragluon, part of the OTK, it's a good mythic target, and it's a 3000/3000. It's really irreplaceable to the deck, and I'm glad it's a card. Felgerland, probably the most commonly gone for rank 8. Heliopolis is probably the least gone for, because there aren't too many situations where you need to pop stuff, so, but when you go for it, it's still really good. Felgerland's probably the most important one of the rank 8s, because it may not contribute to OTKs, but if you get it out, it's really hard to deal with, and you could cancel either card effects, or you could just protect itself or any of your other cards. There are times when people have tried to bottomless my Red and D when I have the Felgerland out, and I negate it, wait a turn, and then go off. So it's really key to have the Felgerland and the Dragluon. If I had to sacrifice one of these guys, it would definitely be Heliopolis, even though they're all really important to the deck, and they're probably the most important rank 8s in the game right now. So yeah, that's the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Oh wait, nope, no it isn't. I still got the side deck to show you guys. My bad. So for the side deck, we have Triple Flying Sea, Double Fencing Fire Fairy, and one of my bigger techs, Mech Lord Emperor Wisel. This is more for the Fire Fist matchup. You can pop anything you want with this, and when I get it back, he's just he can negate spells. If I'm playing against 3 axes, I can just flat out take one of their monsters and make him a huge beater. And he's also level 1. I don't know how much of an impact that has, but it's still really good. So it's still a really good card to the deck, and it's an interesting tech that I'm willing to try. So there's my 6 monsters. Any monsters I would consider taking out would be the Fencing Fires. I really threw them in there for fillers, and I would much rather play extra copies of Divine Wrath or Smashing Ground. Flying Sea is irreplaceable because there are so many XYZ reliant decks, regardless of what people say. It's a really good side deck card. Smashing Ground, really good card. Just Visions, really, that's the only thing I can think of. Trap Holes, somewhat Fusion, and also the Fire Fist matchup, because those are 2 really heavy, almost 7 heavies. Light Imprisonings, Fusion / Constellars. 7 tools, just finding to get rid of those heavy back row decks like Evil Swarm and Constellars. And 1 Divine Wrath and 1 D-Prison. D-Prison's a good side deck card, But I would not main it just because I feel like it's too inconsistent in the main, and Mirror Force is much better. But still good enough card to side, and it's pretty generic. Divine Wrath, really good card, generic. I could discard an E-Dragon or a dead card in hand, which sometimes you just have the one dead card that's temporarily dead until you draw a card like that, or you find another play, and that's usually the card you're going to discard. So those cards are almost always live between Wing Blast and Divine Wrath. I would definitely bump Divine Wrath up to 2 if I took Fencing Fire Ferrets out, and I'd probably up Smashing to 2. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to check out our channel. Thank you for all the support you guys have given us. We're so close to 100 subscribers, so please help us hit there before February 1st comes by. And we're either going to be restarting the Facebook page, or we're going to move all the Kaijudo, Pokemon, and Vanguard stuff to another channel. So yes, that's pretty much that. You guys seem to really love the Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm really happy about that. So thank you for being wonderful supporters, and we couldn't get this far without you guys. Just remember that, and thank you for watching. This is Joy from Team Brain Infinity signing out. Peace, guys.